Hey everyone, welcome to the Anarchy Podcast. 99% of traders will never make consistent profits. So why listen to the 99% of advice? On this show, we're going to challenge some of the most hallowed and repeated tenets of trading, and in doing so, set you up to succeed where others fail. Spoiler alert, we don't have a secret strategy or magic wand that will let you skip out on the hard work of learning the markets, but we can debunk viewpoints that are holding you back. If that sounds good to you, come join us. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Anarchy Podcast. Do you ever wonder why some traders fail, and if you'll ever be one of the few who's successful? There's times where there's low points in every trader's journey, and where you go through losing streaks, you can become disillusioned, especially in the learning process. There are dark days. And the fact is, most traders won't ever make money. They'll never consistently make profits. And so we wanted to answer the question today, why some traders will never make money. They'll never consistently make a profit. And maybe you'll see some of your own habits in here. Doesn't matter really how successful of a trader you are, whether you're a beginner or advanced. We all have tendencies towards some of these things. And so we wanted to go over some of the issues that will make you be a trader that'll never make a profit. If you see any of these bad habits, that'll give you something to work toward. We thought that would be helpful. Jordan, how you doing?
Doing well. I was on Facebook the other day in one of the trading groups, because honestly, I usually share our podcast on there sometimes with people. And I saw a post that really kind of made me feel that we needed to do this topic, because I went on there and it was a guy posting saying, "Hey, please help. I've been trading for 18 years and I'm still losing." I'm like, okay, so obviously there's some people who it doesn't matter. We in one of our other podcasts, we recently talked that, you need to put in at least 1,000 hours. So probably 2 years of 2 hours a day in order to get yourself to the point where you're setting yourself up for success, to actually being, I would say, a beginning successful trader. But there's clearly some people that no matter how long they spend, they're not going to be successful. And, there's a bunch of reasons for that. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting subject, because there's definitely different people. I mean, we already know 99% of people fail, but are there some identifying key characteristics of the 99% that maybe we could identify that might help us to, avoid some of the pitfalls of those people who have been trading? They put in the time, but they're still failing. So what gives?
Yeah, so I think a good thing to start on is the first point of a characteristic of somebody who will never make money is that they're always chasing excitement, or they're gamblers, right? So they're not treating trading as a business, as a skill to be learned and to be a set of rules to follow, a set of disciplines to learn, they don't treat it as a career. They treat it as something that's exciting. And it's not to say that there's never exciting times when you're a day trader and you make a good call and you make a lot of money. But if excitement and is your reason for trading, you're going to lose. We've said this before in our poker podcast a few episodes back, but gamblers don't make money. And if you at all treat day trading like gambling, right? You're excited about your big wins, you're devastated by your big losses. If you're not treating it as a discipline, you're treating it like gambling, you will never make money, ever.
Yeah, I think you bring a good point, because like, for instance, it doesn't matter how many hundreds or thousands of hours you put in at the casino. The fact is, you're always going to be losing, right?
Yeah, and some people and some people treat the casino, look, some people don't go to the casino, they're not professional gamblers and they never claim to be. They just go to the casino because it's fun and it's exciting and they like winning and right? But they
Yeah,
don't treat it like a business. They don't care
yeah,
about risk. They don't care about, their capital. And they can go their entire lives, right? Because their mindset is a gambler. Their mindset is not as I'm going to do this for a job, right? So
yeah, yeah.
you can go your entire life.
Well, gambling is a tax for people who can't do math, and it's
Yep.
the same thing for, and I would say trading, essentially it's going to take money away from people who can't, as you said, have the discipline or to treat it as a job and as a skill. People who don't understand how trading works think it's all about luck. Like, even, I mean, we know, we've talked to family members and friends, and they're like, oh yeah, trading, it's isn't it just really like my wife has said the same thing. Isn't it really just gambling? You're guessing whether the price goes up and down, and there is chance. So there's chance in it, but it's not gambling if you can treat it as you should, which is as a as a skill set and as a business and as a I would say as a uh, not a game, but as a thing of probabilities.
Yeah.
I would say a list of probabilities going on, kind of like card counting. Card counting, if you actually know how to count cards, you can then turn, it from something that is pure chance into something where you actually do have an edge, albeit a small one.
I just posted this on our Twitter account just this morning, which was something to the extent of. So it's funny that we're talking about this now, but something to the effect of, each individual trade is luck, but over time, it's not luck. So each in there
Yeah,
you
that's brilliant.
your trades are there's a very slight edge. Card counting is a great example because when you count cards, you don't have a big edge.
No,
Well,
it's
think
like
about
two,
casinos.
3%.
Forget card counting. Casinos have a very small edge. Each day they'll win or lose money. Like each game, they don't care about each hand. They don't care about each roll of the roulette wheel. They don't care about each, but they do not care because they treat it as a business. They know that over time they have an edge and they will make money. Period. And so they treat it like that, and it's a much different way of looking at the game. And so these people who are gamblers, and it kind of ties into the other point that we had, which they're looking for a quick way to make money. The people who are looking for those quick wins, who are gamblers, who are in it for the excitement, they'll never ever make money.
Hi everyone, Levi here to ask you if you like what you're hearing and haven't already, consider subscribing or dropping a review. We put this information out completely free, and we'll never ask you to buy a course, pay for a Discord, or any of the other garbage you're likely to hear from everybody else. So, if you think we've earned it, we'd be in your debt.
And I think that's a brilliant way to put it, saying like each trade is essentially luck, right? But
Mm-hmm.
combining it all together is not, because all the other skill sets combined. But yeah, anytime you hit buy or sell, it's a 50-50 chance whether it goes up or down, right? Like that's it. It's a 50-50
Of
chance if it
course.
goes up or down, essentially. And you're using probability, give yourself the slight edge that it is more likely to go one direction or another. And
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, and that's my issue with a lot of these gurus. They're like, if you follow my system, you're gonna give you a 90% guarantee that you're gonna be. No, it's just not. It's not
No,
true. The
it's not.
math is not there. The probability, that'd be like someone telling you, I can teach. Well, I guess they actually have these. Like, have you seen these courses? Like, they'll teach you how you can like how you can beat a roulette wheel or something. Like, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, there's some mathematical ways that you actually can, but normal people, you're not beating the roulette wheel. It's literally just chance. And so people who then just, but then, traders like to blame it. I saw a TikTok today, a video where the guy was going, me and my bros after I win one trade after losing 300. It's like people love to say, "Oh, I've just been having a bunch of bad luck." No, you haven't been having bad luck. You just suck. Like we need to
Yeah.
stop blaming luck on the reason we're failing, because honestly, luck is not the reason you're failing your trading. Like luck will be why you lose one trade, but luck is not why you lose 300 trades.
Well, and by the way, we've mentioned this before, but luck is why you break even.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
like if you randomly, again, if you randomly take, we mentioned this before, if you randomly take buys and sells in the market, you will break even. Luck, if you're just random luck, you will break even. If you're losing, you're anti-luck. You're actually using all your skills to actively beat the market, just the opposite direction.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so if you're losing it now, that's on the one hand, that's kind of a positive because if you switch around, you'll be winning again. The hard part is finding out what you need to switch around. And that's where that reaches one of our other points, which is treating trading as a business and a skill. This is where journaling matters. This is where risk management matters. Like if you're treating trading as, and this is where the gurus get it wrong, and where you have to be careful about what you ingest because people treat it as a get rich quick scheme, and it's not, right? You have to treat it as a business, treat it as a skill. You need to journal. You need to keep track of what of your losses and what you were doing, and the way you were feeling that day. And like you need to treat this as a business and as something that you're going to continually press yourself to get better at. Because if you don't press to get better at, you won't. And the only way to do that is to track it and to push yourself. Because if you're not pushing yourself, you can't just hop in, take a few trades every now and then, and expect yourself to get better.
Yeah.
If you're not putting in the
Agreed.
time, you're just not going to.
Agreed. And yeah, one of the other things that is actually pretty like is based by actually statistics is the fact that the more trades you take, the less likely you are to be a successful trader. Like
Mm,
that's just what the stats say. So if
yeah.
you're taking it now, there's people and there's strategies where you can take 10, 20, 30 straight trades in a day, and it may work for you, right? But statistically speaking, if you look at day traders, the traders who take the least amount of trades are the ones who are most successful. And I think
Mm,
that's probably for multiple reasons. But like I'm a key example that I used to be a notorious overdraw. Like I would put in 20, 30 trades a day. And let's be honest, for my trading strategy, there are not 20 or 30 opportunities in a day to trade, showing that I'm just taking trades when I shouldn't be. And so looking at the amount of trades you're taking, if you tell me, oh, this guy is, he's been losing a bunch of money. I can guarantee you one of the issues probably
mm,
is the fact that he's significantly over trading the market. If the market, he'll take a long, and then as soon as it hits his stop loss, he's like, oh, I'm going to take another long, or I'm just going to take it the other way, et cetera, et cetera. And so over trading is a huge thing where I would definitely challenge people if you're failing, take a long hard look at how much are you trading, and are you trading a decent amount for your strategy, whatever that may be. It could be one or two trades a day, it could be up to 5, 6, 7 trades a day, it could be one trade every few days. Like it doesn't really matter, but just look at that.
mm.
And if you're taking 30 trades a day, I'm just going to go out there and say you're probably over trading.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and this just makes sense, right? Like if you're taking a lot of trades, typically that just means you're taking A grade, B grade trades instead of A plus trades, right? Like
Yep.
you're taking the way to a winning trader has a slight edge. It's not a lot. Like you don't. It's not a big edge that you get with success. Again, going back to the casinos, they don't have a big edge. They just because they have a slight edge, they are able to leverage that edge and make tons of money. You don't need a big edge. And so you will very quickly lose what tiny edge you have if you're trading less than ideal, right? And so
I mean, what were you, sorry. I was going to say, what were you
no,
telling
no,
me
no,
to,
go
you were
ahead.
telling me today, you were telling me just, earlier today about, essentially you want the market to force you to have to take a trade or something like that.
Yeah. The beginner traders tend to have a bias to buy, and so the market's moving, and so you want to buy, you want to get in, you want to hop into the market. Successful traders have a bias against going in. Now they don't have fear; they're willing to go in when they see their setup, but you need to be essentially the market should force you to get in. Everything lines up; it's all looking correct, and so you would be a moron if you didn't get in. There shouldn't be any questions. And so getting over that bias to get in and developing a sniper attitude, right? You're not going in there throwing grenades. You're not lobbing a bunch of bullets around. You're a sniper. You're sitting, you're waiting for it to come to you. And when it gets into your sights exactly where you want it, you pull the trigger. That's the mindset of a successful trader. Where they're not over trading, they're taking only their top setups, and that enables them to get a very slight edge in the market. The market is really random, and so if you're able to get a slight edge in the market, you can leverage that, make quite a bit of money.